And what's going on YouTube? It's Steve JMO. It is about 8:40 Sunday night. It is the 13th of October 2019. And yeah, it is a little late for me to get on, but I just had a lot to talk about. Today has been a lot going on actually. So this live stream is global warming is a hoax, but now that I think about it, there's actually a couple other things I wanted to get into today, but that's okay. If we don't get into them, we don't. It might make another live stream after because there's a lot of crazy Mandela effects that I was talking about a lot of people today, but global warming being a hoax, that's a lot of thing. That's a big thing that a lot of people need to start understanding a lot sooner than later because obviously I know that the left and right system, Democrats, Republicans, it's two heads attached to the same snake, you know. It's controlled by mostly Israeli opposition. So take that for what it's worth. So I know better than to believe CNN or believe Fox or whatever. I watch a little bit here and there just to see what the new BS is nowadays, and all you hear about is climate change this, climate change that. They had this little 14, 12-year-old looking whatever a couple weeks ago crying about climate change, how it's our fault, how we need to do something, how dare we ruin the world, this, that, and the other thing. Well, I'm here to tell you that I believe that climate change is a 100% hoax, and it's just not me that believes it. It's a lot of other people as well. So let's get out of here. Turn that off for a second. And so we'll start off here. I got a warning already. Oh, whatever. So this link is in the bio. As you see, I already got it highlighted here. This is Richie from Boston's video. This is well over 2 years ago, ladies and gentlemen. So he's been hollering on this tree for a while, and it's a good tree to be barking at because this is one of the main trees, whatever, But he'll get into what I was talking about, the left and right system, with how it revolves around climate change, because you have the whole Democratic Party saying there's climate change, and you have most of the Republicans saying there's no climate change. So it's political now. It never was before. So let's get into this, and I'll check in with you when we're done. I might say some shit in the middle here and there, but that's how it is. So let's get right into here. It's good stuff too.
I showed you quite a while ago. It's been making the rounds. It's an airplane laying out chemtrails for a long, long, long time. And it was allegedly taken at 33,000 feet, of course, by another Boeing. Now, here's an article where they try to cover up for it. It's almost impossible to read this page at all because it's just loaded with advertisements. Incredible close-up footage of a passenger plane leaving a huge vapor trail through the sky while flying over Russia has emerged. The stunning video was shot from a Boeing 787. The plane was flying over Russia, 33,000 feet. The person who filmed this said the contrail looks like dark against the rising sun. And then, of course, he went on to explain. They talked to a Boeing rep. He went on to explain that the trail's a result of hot exhaust mixing with cold air with a high moisture content. It's just no big deal. That right there. So what you're seeing with your eyes is nothing. Don't listen to what you see or hear or think or what your intuition or anything else tells you. Listen to what they say. This right here is, according to them, completely and totally natural. Let's listen to what the founder and scientist of the Weather Channel has to say about global warming and so forth. This man right here is a scientist as well as the founder of the Weather Channel, and he has some sort of fanboy.
I resent you calling me a denier.
who's obviously already called him a global warming denier. And he pretty much lays it out. Again, a scientist. He started the Weather Channel.
That is a word meant to put me down. I'm a skeptic about climate change, and I want to make it darn clear Mr. Kenny's not a scientist. I am. He's the CEO of the Weather Channel now. I was the founder of the Weather Channel, not the co-founder.
And I'm glad you did, because I am addicted to the weather.
I am addicted. Instantly tries to change the subject. Instantly. That's what they do when they get caught off script.
The channel. I watch a lot of cable news.
Now. Hold on just a minute. I'm not done. And CNN has taken a very strong position on global warming that it is a consensus. Well, there is no consensus in science. Science isn't a vote. Science is about facts. And if you get down to the hard, cold facts, there's no question about it. Climate change is not happening. There is no significant man-made global warming now. There hasn't been any in the past, and there's no reason to expect any in the future. There's a whole lot of baloney, and yes, it has become a big political point of the Democratic Party and part of their platform, and I regret it's become political instead of scientific.
You see, he's still in the machine. He's still in the system. He thinks that the entire global warming thing is simply a political tool when it's far, far worse than that. But I digress.
But the science is on my side.
I don't think we're going to come to a conclusion about the topic right here. What I do wonder, though, is when you see...
because you wouldn't allow it to happen on CNN. But I'm happy that I got on the air and got a chance to talk to your viewers. Hello, everybody. There is no global warming.
What I do wonder is when you see the
warming.
No
global warming.
There
is no global warming.
What I do want.
Sorry, I had to do that.
Is when you see the government, when you see NASA, when you see other institutions say that 97% of climate scientists agree. Do you think they're making it up? What I don't understand is how you square that.
Well, that's a manipulated figure, and let me explain it to you. The government puts out about $2.5 billion directly for climate research every year. It only gives that money to scientists who will produce scientific results that support the global warming hypothesis of the Democrat Party position. So,
like I was saying before, this is 2 years ago. It's gotten to a whole nother level now because you can't turn on the news without hearing about the climate changing, global warming, the rise of the sea, the melting of polar ice caps, all this made up bullshit. But let's keep going. This is a knockout video. Shout out Richie from Boston, show him some love.
They don't have any choice.
And that's exactly what I've been telling you for several years now. Now, that's not just some crazy old guy. This guy founded the Weather Channel. He got pushed out, and he's also a real scientist, much like these people. This is the petition I show people all the time. Almost 31,487 American scientists have signed this petition, including 9,000 with PhDs. Okay? These are the guys that he's talking about right now. If you don't go along with the government's plan, notice how the reporter that's interviewing the founder of the Weather Channel points directly to NASA, known for its staged lies, chicanery, and the government, known for its wars and false flags that happen all the time. Imagine that, 31,487 scientists in America only, 9,000 with PhDs, including the former head of Obama's science agency, the Science Czar. This is important information, and this is what you don't hear. Instantly, the interview goes to...
No, this is exactly the shit you don't hear, Richie. Like, exactly, bro. Like they talk about like climate change is this, that, and the other thing, but you never hear about how 31,400 and what the fuck ever scientists in America, but all agree that climate change is nothing but a hoax, man. I can prove it's a hoax too. I'll get into it later, but it wasn't always global warming. If you're old enough, it was global cooling. It was how the world's gonna freeze over into a new ice age. That was in what, the 70s, the 60s, 80s, even. The what's it called? The not the moral, the what something changed and they had to do global warming. You know, but that was always the plan because I found a patent here that it was last changed on in 1991. And here we go, description. This invention regulates the reduction of global warming, resulting in the greenhouse effects, blah, blah, blah. So, they got patents here for, I don't even know what the fuck I clicked on. What was it? Stratospheric, I don't know how to say that, Welsbach seeding for the reduction of global warming. So, talking about seeding the stratosphere, stratosphere, one can only assume. And it's published in 90. 91 was the last time this one was changed. But if we go, maybe it wasn't, no, it's, okay, here it is, 1965, 1988. So if you were alive in that time, you and me both know very well that it was, I wasn't alive, but I've seen documents. Time magazine cover in, I think, 1972 was fucking ice age. It's coming. Get ready, So why would they be making patents for a global warming device that date back to 1965? You know what I'm saying? Why would they be doing that if global warming wasn't even a thing back then? Like, are you serious? It's right in your face, people. This was always the plan. They just completely changed gears. They went from the world's going to freeze to global warming. It was in this time frame that this patent was probably originally made for global warming. Where is it? Oh, claims, motherfucker. The reduction of global warming in the year 1965. Yeah. So, what does that have to tell you? That they've always been lying to you. If they were lying to you then, they're lying to you now. But, I digress.
NASA and the government every single solitary time. It's bigger than just this guy, but this guy carries an awful lot of weight because he's almost parroting exactly what I've been telling you for over 4 years. Global warming is a lie.
If you're going to get the money, you got to support their position. Therefore, 97% of the scientific reports published support global warming. Why? Because those are the ones the government pays for, and that's where the money is. It's real simple. But that doesn't mean it's right. That doesn't make it true. That only makes it bought and paid for. The money goes in circles.
I'm not a scientist, so I'm not going to try to refute you
Boy,
on
that's
the facts.
the truth.
I'll simply say that the vast majority...
Please stand back from this issue and let the two sides be on the air. There are 31,000 scientists who have signed a petition that says it is not valid.
That was pure. I had no idea he was going to refer to the petition. That was pure kismet. And that's how it works. There are no coincidences when you're putting out the truth. He's referring to the exact petition that I just showed you that still stands to this day. 34,000, 37,000, I already forgot because they're hitting me with fluoride and chemtrails every day. 31,000 scientists, 1997, and almost every one of them, I'm sure, has lost all their funding.
That my position is correct, and we'll keep battling, and we will prevail in time.
So you just heard it. The founder of the Weather Channel thinks global warming is a hoax. 31,487 American scientists in 1997, that's probably doubled by now, think global warming is a hoax as well. 9,029 of them had PhDs. So did Obama's right-hand man for science, you know? So I don't know what it's going to take for you people to wake up and start understanding that your whole world isn't what you think it is. And you're going to wonder, so how is the climate somehow changing if global warming is a hoax? Because climate change and global warming, I believe, are two completely different things. Because I don't really feel it that much warmer because I went to work this morning in a motherfucking sweater and a coat. So, with a goddamn hat on that I left at work that I just realized about. So, goddamn to that. So, if anything, it might be getting somehow cooler. But why would it be getting cooler, Steve? You know? They said if it was going to get cooler, it'd be an ice age. Well, how would it be getting cooler? Oh, so we're not going to work. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. Wow. That's what I like, dude. That's what I like. So, we're just not going to work all of a sudden by pictures. What I was going to show you was a bunch of chemtrails. So, we'll just do it like that. We'll just do it like that. Because this is what they're doing, ladies and gentlemen. These are not real clouds, as we went over the other day, how there's miraculously like 13 types of clouds when there was 3 when I was a kid. So something's going on. They're spraying the sky. Ah, shit, I forgot I can't fucking move it. So they're clearly spraying the sky. It ain't gonna do it either. Wow, that's so stupid. But they're spraying the skies with chemtrails, and they have HARP throwing out these fake clouds with frequencies. As you can see, I can't even show you with the mouse, but right in the center there, the ones that are just slowly fading away to nothing, those are frequency-based clouds. Those aren't clouds that came out of an engine. Those are clouds that got produced through a frequency wave with NEXRAD or Doppler radar. So, what exactly is going on here? They're spraying the sky. They're claiming it's global warming, when in fact, if you spray the sky and reduce the sunlight to the surface is most likely going to get colder, especially in the winter months. Like around here, I live in Massachusetts. The Northeast has been getting more brutal and brutaler winters, and not snow wise, I'll tell you, but temperature wise, I haven't experienced the cold like it was last winter for, I don't think, forever, man. Like it was bone like shivering out there. It was terrible. And the days it did snow, let me tell you, it did snow. So something is going on. They are manipulating the weather through like I said, NEXRAD, Doppler, HARP, chemtrails, obviously. Like they have the abilities to ramp up storms. They have the abilities to produce hurricanes. They have the ability to cause typhoons. Same thing. It's unbelievable what they can do. I wouldn't be surprised if they have some seismic like reactor devices where they can cause earthquakes. So watch out, California, on that one. But it just blows my mind that we got patents that date back to like the 1930s on weather manipulation. I'll get to that in a second. And it's exactly what they're doing now. You got chemtrail ones that date back to the 60s, and they're global warming fighters. But in the 60s, they were worried about an ice age, global cooling. So it's already set to be fake. It's already set, you know? Like, it's already meant to happen. It's part of their plan. They want to get us in this debate about global warming, if it's real or not, because it diverts us from what the actual issue is that they're lying to us. So let's not argue whether it's real or fake, because we all know it's fake. Let's argue with the people that are hiding it from us. You know, if it's fake, then why are you promoting it? You know, why are all the Democrats like all over it, and they're all funded by Israel? So why is Israel pushing a global warming type agenda? It's because they're manipulating the weather, and that's what they're going to blame it on. Like, oh, the global warming is getting so bad, it's causing all these crazy storms, these F6 tornadoes, these Category 5 hurricanes. You had Irma last year. You had the trifecta of hurricanes last year as well. It was ridiculous. And they're going to blame it all on global warming. And global warming is our fault because we're driving cars, according to them. If you eat meat, apparently that causes global warming too. So it's getting to a whole ridiculous spiel or part. And these, I hate to be left and right about it, but the Democratic type people, the liberal people, they'll believe anything and they back it up. They back it up, dude. And another hit on the liberals, the LGBTQ 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 society. Fuck them, like they're backed by the Church of Satan. I think it was in the New York Times. They're backed by the Church of Satan to the death, it said, quote unquote. So you can take that for what it's worth. But let's get out of here. Let's go to the weather modification method patent. Worldwide application 1966. The present invention provides a method of the production of rain and snow from a natural atmospheric cloud using seeding agents characterized by a high solubility, dyslexic, in water, and as a large, heat of solution in water. So, bunch of big words that I don't fucking know what they mean, but weather modification method, patent, U.S. patent 3613992A, 1966, This is old stuff. And how old is it, Steve? Well, let's see. Actually, fuck you, actually. Method of composition of dispelling vapors, 1104, 1937. How the fuck does that make you people feel? Huh? Process of controlling the weather, 1948. So, what does that have to tell you? If this was a patent that was being worked on and started then, where do you think they are now? Where do you think they are now? This is ridiculous that no one sees this. Ridiculous. Ridiculous, if you ask me, man. Like, clouds and tropical cyclones. Like, I didn't even read any of this shit. I'm getting kind of pissed off the more I scroll. Human impacts on weather and climate, 2007. Like, are you serious? Are you serious, people? Like, are you really serious? Like, this is getting ridiculous. We gotta wake up. And for anyone who's in science and anything like that, I don't know what the fuck any of this shit is, but this is on Google Patents. This is a U.S. patent. You can look this shit up and see what any of this shit is, because I don't know what any of this stuff is or what these charts mean, but I assume they can't be good. But like I'm saying, look at this stuff. Just read it. Freezing and shattering super cold vapor water drops. Like come on, yo. 1937. So they've been controlling the weather pretty much since 1937. Method of crystal formation and precipitation. 1948. Publication date 1950. We're always behind, They make it seem like we're not that far behind, but we are. But we are, because I am sure these patents were not public, like fucking, weren't public knowledge in whatever, back in the day when they were, sorry, I've been up for so long. I've been up since about 4 o'clock this morning. But I'm a breakfast cook, so it is what it is. We've had some issues this weekend at work, actually. Part of the flat top fucking busted, so I've been dealing with that headache for the last 2 or 3 days. And it's it's one of those headaches where you're like, well, we're gonna have to serve like 200 people, 300 people, maybe even 400, dude. Every ticket had at least 4 people on it today. It was ridiculous. It was a crazy day. Yesterday was even crazier because we have 3/4 of a flat top to work with now, and they're ringing in 12 pancakes per order. So you do the math. I got home fries, hash, bacon, ham, sausage, hash browns, you name it, we got it. So, where am I going to put it all if part of the flat top don't work? Even though the flat top's only fucking like 6 feet long anyways. So, it's just a headache on top of a headache inside of a headache. So, for me to be a little tired right now it is what it is. So, you want to know what weather modification and climate change looks like? You just go outside on a quote-unquote cloudy day. Operation Solar Shield. We do not consent. So let's look up what Operation Solar Shield is. Operation Solar Shield. Operation Solar Shield could save us from climate change. But Operation Solar Shield is the one causing the climate change. It's run here by Harvard through Dr. David E. Keith, or David whatever Keith. We've already went over all this. This is well known. This was launched back in 2017, 2018. This has been going on for a year now. And to add on top of that, Bill Gates funds geoengineering research. We watched that the other day. He's funding I believe it's 10 billion, 1 billion, something like that. A 10 or $1 billion geoengineering assault, I guess. They're gonna keep spraying. It's called geoengineering, and it would create a huge chemical. This is Bill Gates, blah blah blah. Could help stop global warming. Model study have found that it could reduce the intensity of heat waves, etc., etc. So, just like the pharmaceutical world, man. They give you the problem, and then they offer you the solution. You don't get the solution from the person that gave you the problem. You take the problem, you get rid of the problem. Now it's all good, but that's not how it works. Not in America, at least. So you got Bill Gates, you have Dr. David, whatever the fuck, Keith, Operation Solar Shield, and together it's a multi-billion-dollar geoengineering run, and there's nothing we can do about it because no one no one voted about it. No one ran it by me. No one it wasn't on a ballot anywhere. Not that I vote or anything. But can the sun be blocked? The sun is completely blocked by the sun. These people, I just had to see that. It's so ridiculous, man. And another reason why they're probably, or why they're spraying the sky, is the clear and obvious one, I think. Solar simulator. Patents go back, like we said, in previous videos, all the way back to 1904. So this was probably one of the original pillars. And there's weather modification ones that go back to the 1800s. We've shown that one before too. I can't find it right now, but it is what it is. But this is what we see in the sky. This is just part of the the entire thing. They can't show it to you in whole because you're gonna recognize it. But what it pretty much is a bunch of these put together to make one big one of those. It's the honeycomb effect. And you're going to tell me that this right here, yeah, I know it's really bright on your screen right now, but just tilt your screen back and you will see. You will see. Let's bring it back. Let's see if this will open. It does and it doesn't. So let's create, we'll edit. We're not going to edit anything. It looks like the file was moved or renamed. That's what I want to hear. So let me open my attachments again. That's not it. That's one of them though. That's a good one. We're just going to keep this file open actually. No, X marks the spot though. Those are chemtrails. Weather manipulation. This is geoengineering right here, people. This is how they manipulate the weather one way. This is a big one right here because you have everything you could possibly have for weather manipulation in the sky right here. You got chemtrails going this way. You got HARP clouds over here fading to nothing. It's ridiculous. X and O's and X and O's. And it's just written off as water vapor, which we know it's not. Fake clouds, Operation Solar Shield released publicly by Harvard. No, I still don't consent because it looks like it's disgusting. You ever see like a really scary movie and like a demonic type like apparition like appears and reappears or like appears and goes away? You know that little black mist they leave? It pretty much looks like what they leave in the sky. I found that I was looking at a couple chemtrails this morning and it was still dark out, so the clouds look black, and that's literally what it looked like, man. Like, look at this stuff. We do not consent. Like, that is Operation Solar Shield at its finest, and a fucking stellar picture of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-sided sun. That is the white, hot, new hexagonal sun. That's what's in our skies. But where is the picture I had before? Another great one. Like, look at this stuff. You have chemtrails in your face so it looks like this is at your horizon if you're like, down here or something. But if you just go up 1,500 feet like I did here, you can see that even in the distance, there's chemtrails there, and there's chemtrails as far as you could see behind it, because as the sun goes down, they need to block it out. And that is going to cause some sort of climate change, I feel, because you're going to cool the planet. You're depleting us and other life forms like trees, grass, animals, all plants, all life from sunlight, which we need to survive. And here you can't even make out the shape of the sun. It's so white and hot. It has like a blue aurora around it. This was not too long ago. Look at it. It's just these clouds, man. They're not real. if these clouds weren't here, man, this would be the most beautiful day in America, but it's not. Like this is what weather modification, this is what climate change looks like. Because your skies didn't look like this in you know back in 2006, back in 2002. Your skies didn't look like this. Your skies weren't filled with HARP clouds, with NEXRAD, with Doppler looking clouds, with chemtrails. That wasn't like it wasn't what it was. It was never like that. But if you look at this, it was always supposed to be like that. 1965. Global warming. It was always supposed to be like that because they can't fake this climate change without you believing global warming. The climate is going to change. They're doing it. They've been doing it. And they're not going to stop doing it. 1937. But we're just crazy. That's what I don't get. Dude, I'm about to throw this computer out the window. Like, where is this picture? Here's another one. They don't want you seeing that either. That's another reason why they got a chemtrail out the sky. Even the orb that you get when you take a picture of the sun, like off your camera, whatever you call that, the whatever, even that's a hexagon. This is the biggest, like, most craziest looking sun I've ever seen in my life. And this is when I was working at GNC in Century Center, West Springfield. This is April 13th, 2016. So this stuff has been going on for a long, long time, and it's going to keep going on for as long as we let it. More people have to get on YouTube and Facebook and, go outside and be activists about it. And, we got to become alert. You gotta alert everyone to it. Dude, this picture just literally just is gone, dude. I just went through them all. No, it's right here. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's crazy. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like big beams coming out of it. But it looks like nothing right now. But if you just do the resolution thing, tilt your head back, tilt your screen back, take your mouse, follow my mouse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So they're spraying the skies for multiple reasons. It's how they're going to change the weather. It's how they get away with blocking out the sun. And it's how they get away with everyone thinking they're all depressed all of a sudden. They're emotionally damaged. They're disconnected from the world. It's because they're spraying chemtrails that are like messing with your chemical balance inside of your brain. Like, why do you think they're called chemtrails? Like, granted, there could be some chemicals in there, but for the most part, it's heavy metals. I can't even think right now. It's heavy metals. So they're spraying chemtrails. They're spraying these trails in the sky to mess with the chemical balance in your brain, in your mind, in your soul. They're trying to make you chemically unbalanced, which they are, because we've never had a more chemically imbalanced society than we have now. Like, everyone thinks there's something like wrong with them. They need help. They need the doctor. They need pills. They need this. They need that. There's something going on with people. You can't sit down and have a conversation with someone anymore. There's no real vibing with people. There's nothing. It's ridiculous. Like, I'm 24 years old and I must sound like I'm 64 years old, but the world is, as we know it, has pretty much come and gone, man. It's a completely different place, and they want to trap your soul here. They want to disrupt your frequency to God. They want to disrupt the word. They want to make their own word. And what do I mean by the word? Read the Bible, man. Like, God spoke word. God, He brought life. He brought everything into what it is with the word, through a frequency, through a tone. And they want to disrupt that tone. Satan has to do everything God has done to fulfill the prophecy. And I believe he will. And this is one of his ways of making his own frequency, by disrupting ours and making a field of his own frequency through the new 5G grid, through Wi-Fi, which is nothing but it's a human pinpoint machine. It's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. But no, this is just something. This is an eye opener for people. This is something that a lot of people need to look at, because everyone's crying global warming this, global warming that. It's our fault. Well, no, it's not our fault. It's the fault of people who are spraying heavy metals and gases and chemicals and whatnot, because who knows what it could be. Like I said, it could be, if you don't know what spirit cooking is, they could literally just be spirit cooking the sky for all you know. I'm not saying they are. I'm not saying they're not. I'm just saying it's a possibility. That's where I stand. It's a crazy world we live in, and it's time that it's time for us to take it back, man. Before, like, I'm not saying I don't want the second coming to happen, but I kind of wanted to experience life the way, our forefathers did, our grandfathers, our great-great-fathers, just have a good, hard-working life, start a little family and, carry on traditions. But it's starting to seem like all that's probably not going to happen, because you look out the window every day and a new Bible prophecy has happened, or a new Mandela effect has popped up, or, it's crazy. A catastrophic event here, 300 dead there, new laws, this, that, and the other thing. And the laws are going to be getting tweaked and changed more than you can even imagine over the next 12 months, I believe. So we got to buckle down and get ready for that as well. But before any of that, we have to come together as one community, as one collective mind, and, at least give them one shot to let them know that we're not fucking around. I'm not fucking around. You have people in Wisconsin wearing t-shirts right now saying, I got chipped. Well, you know what? If you got chipped, then that's it, man. In the Bible, it prophesies that the mark of Satan will be received by everyone on the right hand or the forehead, or they won't be able to buy, sell, or trade in the market. So that's going to be coming sometime soon, I believe. But, it is what it is. But I'm going to head on out of here. I'm Steve JMO, formerly Steve Richards. If you want to get in contact, do something, live stream, bullshit around, email is scuba2114@gmail. You hit me up on Facebook, Steve Richards. And, I hope you guys enjoyed some of this stuff. But, even if you didn't, if this triggered you, it's good. It's good that it triggered you, because global warming, it's a hoax, man. Don't let them steal what is yours, because it's all about perspective. It's all about trusting your senses. If you can go to the same beach for 20 years and sit in the same spot every time for 20 years, then global warming is a hoax, because that means the ice caps aren't melting, and that means sea levels aren't rising. But I'm going to leave you guys on that note. You have a wonderful night. Keep your faith in Jesus. Keep your faith in yourself. Take care. Thank you.